Fatigue. Low testosterone fatigue is not the normal tired feeling after a long day. It feels more like your body forgot to turn the power back on. You sleep for 8 hours, wake up, and still feel like a phone pulled off the charger at 12%. Your limbs feel heavy before the day even starts. Caffeine helps for a bit, then drops you back where you started. This happens because testosterone helps support energy, muscle function, red blood cell production, mood, and drive. When it dips too low, every task costs more fuel. Stairs feel steeper, work feels longer, training feels like dragging a sled through wet grass. The worst part is how ordinary it looks from the outside. To everyone else, you seem lazy. Inside, it feels like someone unplugged half the engine. Libido. Libido is your natural level of romantic interest and closeness drive. When testosterone drops, that drive can feel quieter than usual. It does not always mean your feelings disappear. It can feel more like the spark is still there, but someone turned the brightness down. The interest that used to feel automatic becomes faint. You might still care about someone, still enjoy attention, still want connection, but the inner pull feels muted, like music playing through a wall. This sign matters because people often hide it. They blame stress, age, school, work, or being busy. Sometimes those things are part of it. But when lower libido appears with fatigue, weaker training, low mood, and poor sleep, it becomes more than a rough week. It becomes a signal. Brain fog. Brain fog feels like trying to think through a dirty window. You know the answer is there, but it will not come into focus. You read the same sentence 3 times and still absorb nothing. You open your phone and forget why. You start talking, then lose the word halfway through the sentence. Low testosterone is linked with poor concentration and memory problems, so the mind starts feeling slower and less sharp. It is not the same as being unintelligent. It is more like your thoughts are walking through mud. Decisions take longer. Simple tasks become annoying. You feel present but not fully switched on. The brain still works, but the signal feels weak. Irritability. Low testosterone does not always show up as sadness first. Sometimes it shows up as a short fuse. Tiny things hit harder than they should. Someone speaks too loudly. Traffic moves too slowly. Your food order is wrong, and suddenly your patience disappears. It feels like your emotional skin has become thinner. This happens because testosterone interacts with sleep, stress, mood, and emotional control. When the body is tired, under-recovered, and hormonally off-balance, small problems feel bigger. Irritability also creates a trap. You snap at people, then feel guilty, then isolate yourself, then feel worse. It becomes a loop. People around you notice the attitude before you understand the cause. Depression. Low testosterone and depression overlap so much that they often hide inside each other. The person might not look sad in a dramatic way. He might go flat. He stops looking forward to things. He avoids messages. He stops enjoying training, friends, work, or goals. Life starts feeling like the color has been drained from it. Testosterone is not the only cause of depression, but low levels belong in the conversation when the emotional shift appears with physical symptoms. A person might think they have become weak-minded when their body is sending a hormone signal. Weakness. Testosterone helps maintain muscle size and strength, so low levels often show up under the barbell. The same weights feel heavier. Your warm-up feels like your working set. Recovery takes longer. Your muscles look softer even though you are still training. You push hard, but progress moves like it has ankle weights on. Weakness also shows up outside the gym. Carrying groceries feels heavier. Sport feels harder. Your grip feels weaker. Your body stops feeling solid. It is like trying to build a brick wall while someone keeps stealing the bricks at night. You still need training, protein, and sleep, but testosterone is one of the signals telling the body to keep muscle. When that signal drops, strength becomes harder to hold. Obesity. Low testosterone and body fat often feed each other. More body fat, especially around the waist, is linked with lower testosterone. Lower testosterone is linked with reduced muscle, lower energy, weaker training, and more fat gain. Belly fat is not dead storage. It behaves like active tissue that influences inflammation and hormones. This is why some people feel trapped in their own body. They are not only fighting calories, they are fighting a system that keeps pushing them toward lower energy and higher fat storage. The mirror changes first, then the mood follows. Performance. Low testosterone hits performance in several places at once. In the gym, your lifts stall. In sport, endurance drops. At school or work, focus feels shaky. In daily life, your output stops matching your effort. You still try, but the result feels delayed. It is like pressing the accelerator and feeling the engine cough before it moves. This sign is frustrating because it attacks identity. The athlete feels less athletic, the student feels less sharp, the worker feels less reliable. You start comparing yourself to the version of you from 6 months ago. Same person, same goals, different engine. Motivation. Low motivation is one of the most misunderstood signs. People treat motivation like a poster on a wall, as if you only need harder words and louder music. Low testosterone makes starting everything feel heavier. The goal is still there, but the pull is weaker. You know you should train, study, clean your room, answer messages, or work on your future, but your body feels like it keeps voting no. It is like standing at the bottom of an escalator that is moving downward. Every step takes more effort. This is why low motivation gets mistaken for laziness. Laziness says, I do not care. Low testosterone often feels more like, I care, but I cannot get moving. Insomnia. Sleep and testosterone are tied together like two gears in the same machine. A lot of daily testosterone release is connected to sleep, so poor sleep damages the system that helps rebuild the next day. Low testosterone is also linked with sleep disturbance and daytime sleepiness. You need sleep to support testosterone, but your body refuses to settle. You lie there tired but wired. Then the next morning starts with low energy, weaker focus, worse mood, and less discipline around food or training. One bad night means little. A repeated pattern means more. If sleep becomes shallow, broken, or restless while the other signs appear, it deserves attention. Hair loss. Hair loss needs a careful explanation because people mix it up. Low testosterone is more strongly linked with reduced facial hair, reduced body hair, or slower hair growth on the face and body. Scalp hair loss is different. Male pattern baldness is usually driven by genetics and sensitivity to DHT around the hair follicles. DHT comes from testosterone, but that does not mean low testosterone equals scalp baldness. Someone with normal testosterone and high follicle sensitivity might lose scalp hair. Someone with low testosterone might keep their scalp hair, but notice less beard growth, less chest hair, or thinner body hair. Confidence. Low testosterone affects confidence because it chips away at the things many people use to feel grounded. Energy drops, strength drops, mood drops, focus drops, body composition changes. After enough of that, confidence starts to shrink. You speak less, you avoid photos, you stop pushing yourself into hard situations, you second-guess simple choices. You feel like a dimmer version of yourself. Often it is the result of your body sending fewer signals of drive, strength, and reward. Confidence is the final domino.